What's going on, guys? We are back with Mr. Chains himself. Another coaching tier replay analysis. Partnered up with Craig, who's a Rising Star. Chains is a Challenger Elite. And he did this through patreon.com/Gibbs00. That's how you guys replay analyze through the coaching tier. There's coaching tiers, there's free play tiers, there's replay tiers. And there's a couple other tiers too, like video tiers, exclusive videos, and all that stuff. So you can go check out the Patreon if you want to support me there. And if not, just enjoy the video. It's fine too. But yeah, appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me. February was a very good month, so I'm stoked. Anyway, we're going to get into this replay of Chains. Last time, if you guys remember, he had a little guy named Druzy on his team. And Druzy was not having a good day, that's for sure, in that game. But they were good sports about it when I was playing with them. And they thought it wasn't too bad. Like, I didn't grill Druzy too hard. But here we go. His teammate's not there at the start. That's never a good way to begin the game. Now, this ball's not that bad. Both are in the corner. He's trying to throw it away to the left. Like, that's kind of what you want to do. Throw it to open space if you can. You can also just throw it back over their heads if possible. This play was not the best play to do that with, but he could have, if he read this correctly, which these corners are a little rough. If he reads this correctly, he can pop this over both of their heads. And in twos, if you see the other team both on the ball, basically, if you could just get it over their heads, that could lead into a wide open shot. But this play didn't work out, but he did at least get it to open space. Rampage, there's no way he can make a play there. Craig was backwards, couldn't make the stop. And here we go. Now the push on out, the counter attack. Probably shouldn't be on this ball, like, at this point. Like, if you're not going to attack this ball right away, I would just leave. And then have both of you try and secure the rebound from Keel. But instead, he kind of goes for this, but then he starts so far away that this is just a wasted position. And Rampage, as well, is trying to aerial this, which is not a good play with Keel like up there right now. So far, Blue is just ball chasing like crazy. So this looks like it's going to be a good result for Change so far, but probably didn't have to go there. He could have let Craig play that midfield, and he could have positioned himself on the ground. So then Craig, once the rebound occurs, he can try and make a play off of that, or just retreat back if Craig doesn't have a play. Again, right here, blue team kind of getting mixed up, both in the same exact corner. This ball could be better. Keel gets a bad hit. Change doesn't have much boost. Maybe he can try and take his time with this, but then it probably would have resulted in a 50-50. So I understand what he's trying to do here. Trying to throw it to the middle as soon as he can. Doesn't really have a lot of boost, so that play is fine. One thing I like here from Craig is while this mess is happening, he moves up to the midfield area, but he doesn't want to move up too much in case that was a 50-50. Now he's got a chance at a shot. Just doesn't get enough power behind this one. He could have actually waited for the bounce if he wanted to, but I think he purposely rushes the shot to the outside corner to try and beat them there. So he doesn't have to worry about a goalie. He can just hit it to the open side of the net. Just doesn't get a lot of speed behind this. Has to use a side flip to change his aerial. And once you have to do that, then you're going to lose a lot of momentum. So he didn't get it, the shot he wanted there. But it was a good idea. Moving back. Ooh. I don't know what these guys are doing on blue side here. This is just a super panic clear. Rampage again, both of them on the same exact wall. Rampage, like, so far blue side has looked really, really poor. Let's see this from Rampage's point of view. He makes the save. Both players go for that same boost. They're both in the same exact area. Rampage decides he doesn't want to go off the wall. Then like, isn't really looking around for teammates to come in. Or, I'm sorry, the opponents to come in. And it goes over his head, and then Keel just with a panic hit. He thought maybe someone's coming in for a shot there. But that was not the case at all, and this is just a really poor ball. Like, this is just panic plays. And blue side so far, they've just been on top of each other this entire game. And when that happens around these levels, around the Challenger Elite, just be patient. Let them both go for attacks like that. Chains, he was going back for boost, so he wasn't around, but all he did when he did come up was he just saw them make huge mistakes and then just like get some free goals from it. Like, it won't work every single time, but it does help to just let them make the mistakes. Not a bad play here by Keel. Let's go over to Keel for a second. This is pretty good clear. He doesn't try and just panic and throw it away like the last time. He takes his time, dribbling across his net, knowing that the other guy's not there. Now trying to beat Craig to the wall there. And honestly, Craig probably should have had this ball. This ball is not a difficult play at all. See how far Craig backs off before attacking this ball. If you're going to attack the ball, make sure you go straight towards the ball once that play happens. He actually backed up even further than you would think and then tries to make the attack. He still could have made it, but he actually side flips the wrong way. He side flips to the right instead of the left. Still could have made the play. And Keel has a good chance to score here. Great play by Chains, though. So Chains is on his way back. He thinks Craig's going to win that. That's why he's not probably retreating the net, but he still makes a really nice touch to not let Keel do anything too proactive on that play. Oh, and the panic shot. Those panic shots will kill you every single time. They are so hard to score because you know that you have a wide open space. Right there, we saw Rampage fly off the screen. He's over in that corner. Craig makes a nice play to get it over Keel. Now, this is a wide open net. Keel's also still in the air, so it's going to take him a really long time to get back. What you should do in these plays, if you are worried, is lightly tap it first and then follow it up with another hit. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and just hit it as hard as you can with the first touch. He had time to just like pop that in front of him a little bit, so he's a little bit closer to the net, so he doesn't have to panic as much. He could have just like dribbled that in with the speed of his car. But instead tries for the flip shot, which he didn't really need. Didn't need that much power. The other team was nowhere nearby, but yeah, those panic plays will kill you. That's for sure. Rampage trying to make the play. Not a bad play from Craig. It's kind of like a time waster. If you throw it in the air like around your corner, it's not the end of the world. But again, we see here, we have Keel going up, which, okay, that's fine. But as soon as Rampage is not making this play, he needs to get the hell out of here. He's just sitting underneath the ball. He hears someone flying to it. He should not be in this corner as well. Now, again, blue side, both of them are in the same corner. And if any of these balls would just spill out into the middle, this could be a really bad game for blue. But blue's hanging in there. Tons of mistakes, but they are getting pretty lucky here so far. Let's go back here. Just want to see this play from Craig. So Craig's trying to take his time, and that's what you have to worry about. Sometimes, like when I say, hey, play for that bounce shot or something like that, there are times when it's not a great idea. If the other team notices that you're trying to be patient, Keel makes a really good play here. Handbrake turn. Turns around and goes for the challenge. It throws Craig completely off. He was trying to take his time on it, and that's what got them the goal there. So good play by Keel to just quickly turn around. Sometimes, like, if you just throw off the other team once in a while with, like, where you don't retreat, instead you do a quick turnaround, it can pay off big. This play right here from Chains, you always want to be driving first before you do the front flip, or else you actually get, like, no speed at all from it. As you can see there, he front flips right at the start. It doesn't really grant him anything. He actually would have been faster to just drive with his wheels instead of trying to flip in the air. A good demo here. Probably wouldn't have mattered too much. Keel's going in the middle, but if that 50-50 went the other way, then that's a really good play. And so, instead, Keel is now back. Not the end of the world, but here's a good idea from Chains. It's 2v2. Let your player attack it into the corner. We've seen blue both going for the same corner plays. They do it again here. And so if this ball spills out like into the middle, like if Craig gets a 50-50, it could be a free goal. But it doesn't work out, which is fine. Now he can retreat a bit. Gets the cutoff on the pass. And just going to collect some boost. He probably should have turned upfield for this. I think he thought Craig might lose this to Rampage, but Rampage was facing towards the wall. He was never going to get this ball into a threatening spot. So when you see that, when the other team doesn't really have a chance to threaten you, grab the boost and go forward. Don't necessarily turn around inside your own net. Or towards your own net, I should say. Now, this play's not the end of the world because no one else is coming for this ball. Rampage is in his net. Not a big deal to try and challenge that. Craig is back. He should have tried to make this play way before this, though. This is actually a really bad play from Craig. He should be up that wall and getting ready to make a play. Instead, he goes for the 50-50 against Rampage, which he really didn't need to do. He could have easily rolled that ball back around the corner and then maybe done a 50-50 like in a different spot. But if Rampage would have beat him there, it could have been trouble. So this is just a give up of possession. Just gotta be careful with these plays. In twos, a lot of times teams will just retreat. You see here, Rampage, he's retreating. Keel's retreating back to his boost. He actually had time here to let that ball come off the wall and make a different type of play, like maybe go for a dribble or go attack their corner with the ball and the car, obviously, or try for a pass. Instead, he goes up the wall for the less opportune shot, and it doesn't work out there at all. Let's go back to chains. We've kind of been all over the place here, but it's okay. It works out. Shane's coming up for this attack. I think he thought maybe Keel's not gonna be able to make a second play, but he does. It's fine, though. He retreats in time. Makes up for the mistake. Rampage going for the shot. I probably would have hunted net for this. Like, you see how Rampage definitely has a quality shot. And then Chains kind of just drives forward, but doesn't really try and block anything with it. Like, if you are going to drive forward like that, then at least try and throw your car in front of it to block a couple angles and make the shot a little bit harder. But it works out. He trusts in Craig, and Craig makes the quality save. Right there, though, I probably would have stayed up. Like, right as Craig hits this, Chains keeps falling back and going for a boost. Just stay up with him. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Like, if Craig plays this off the bounce and passes to you, then you're actually giving your team more offensive options instead of just having Craig throw it at the goalie on, like, not a great shot. Now, this play's a little weird. Rampage is in net. He's backing up. This is definitely Chain's ball. I'm shocked Chains didn't go for it. But now that he's not, like, at least he's back, but he definitely should have been attacking this ball. Rampage comes out with it, but doesn't really do any quality dribbles. And around this level, like, that's going to happen where you can probably just sit back in a 1v1 situation, and they'll probably just throw the ball right into you. Good play by Craig. Little bit of a risky play, though. I probably would not have come out and attacked this. Again, every single shot from Blue so far has just been on the ground and pretty easy right to the net. Craig trying to come out to stop that is probably not the best idea there. He actually didn't even have that good of an angle on it, but they get lucky, and we'll continue. Now, this is a good pass from Keel, finally, but Rampage with the whiff. Craig with the whiff, which is fine. Chains does win the ball, and that's just going to dribble on in. Nope. Rampage making the save. I see what Chains is trying to do. He's trying to block the clear back to the left. Rampage actually does a good job to try and get behind the ball a little bit instead of pushing it to the side. It confuses Chains. It's basically like you just had to guess on that play. Chains guessed wrong. Almost worked out for him. Rampage up the wall. See what he does with the whiff. Now, this ball's not great. What you could do, like, again, you don't really want to throw low balls at the net when there's a goalie. You can try and throw it off the sidewalls to try and make him come out of net. Maybe he'll miss and it turns into a free pass to yourself. Or slow this ball down, break behind the ball, get it in the air, and then try and, like, flame it with your car. Or at least give your teammate time to get ready for the pass if you do flame it high off the backboard. But instead, he just kind of throws it right at the goalie. And that's been happening a lot in this game on both sides. Just a lot of shots. Very easy. Just going right to the goalies. And you really don't want to be doing that because it just gives away possession. It gives away a clear attempt to the other team. And it could turn into a shot as well. But a good demo there. Like, why not take out Rampage while you're trying to push up? Keel makes the play, though. Let's see what Craig does. Again, Chains could probably be in a better spot for this pass. Maybe if he hooks right, but is starting to turn around to at least give Craig the opportunity to throw him a pass. But he's not really doing that. He's not giving his teammates opportunities to even pass to him. So that's why we're not really seeing any passing plays, because neither of them are really getting into a spot where a pass and play would actually work. Which happens a lot around this level in twos. Good shot here. Just kind of throws it on net, and Rampage is not in net at all, and turns into a free goal. You see it, pretty decent clear, and then Keel is just going for the aerial with the whiff, Craig with the whiff, and then all you gotta do sometimes is throw it high at the net, and you can get some free goals, and that was as free as you're gonna get. Rampage should have made the save, should have been more on the goal line, but Chains gets the goal. See what he does here. Great kill, actually. Beautifully done there. I was worried that he would try and throw this back to the middle, but he actually just gets in front of it, kills it right in front of his car. Now he can do a dribble, and at least no matter what, he's going to be contesting a 50-50 there. And smart play there where they it basically made no threat for a shot right away, and then it would have to be a really good 50-50 pass to make anything happen, which is unlikely when you're right behind the ball. So, great job there to kill that ball. Good pass here, but again, see how Craig just leaves the play. He tried to throw it towards Craig, and this is what we're seeing. Just no passing plays come out. When you are on the offensive side of the field, you can look for passes. You don't necessarily have to go back right away. You can be cautious about them and not go too far up in case your teammate gets a bad hit. But that's probably the next thing that Chains and his buddies need to do is try and be available for passes. It's not even like about getting the passes. It's more about when you're not on the ball, being available to make a pass and play. And it's just not happening yet around this level. And in twos is really all about passing. Like, if you can get a lot of passing plays going, you're going to be looking really, really good because a lot of players are going to try and dive out for them, thinking it's a shot or something like that. And then you get some wide open nets, and you keep ball possession as well. So that'll do it for this replay, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching all the content here. And we'll see you next time. Later.